Ezra is meeting with Mark to discuss the Gay Straight Alliance group they're creating in their high school. But he has to get through Mark's father first. Hi, Jane. When I arrived, there's a tall, dark-haired man in the front garden. Well, more like salt pepper hair. He's wearing rubber gloves and wielding a large pair of gardening shears. He's also wearing pink shorts and yellow flip-flops and a ratty yellow shirt. I open the gate of the white picket fence, let myself in, come up behind him and tap him on the shoulder. He pivots like he's going to kill whoever just tapped him. The instant panic of seeing him in attack mode with gardening shears is immediately gone as he actually sees me. His face breaks into the best smile ever. He takes out his earbuds. Which is when I realized I must have just scared the ever-loving crap out of him. Oops. I stand in front of him, attempting to look apologetic. I read the front of his t-shirt, which is stenciled, "Don't like it, lump it." Okay. Oh, hi, you must be Ezra. My God, but I love that name. I would have picked it for Mark, actually, but his dad is French-Canadian, so you see he had no leg to stand on there, don't you? He was going to be a Mark, come hell or high water, but Ezra. I so would have called him Ezra if it were entirely up to me. Man reading should be man intensely alive. The book should be a ball of light in one's hand. Or, oh, this one. This one's relevant to what you guys are here for. Here you go. I think I know it. Speak against unconscious oppression. Speak against the tyranny of the unimaginative. Speak against bonds. Now that relates, don't you think, Ezra? I swear to God, he didn't breathe that whole time. I'm breathing heavy for him. I guess I'm also wearing a mask of confusion, but I put out my hand anyway. Oh, I'm sorry. Matthew's always telling me to come up for air, but frankly, life is too short for air. Oh, he sees my hand, drops the shears to the ground and takes it, and he starts to shake it. Gary. And I think I already surmised that you're Ezra, but not Pound. So I don't even know why I was quoting Ezra Pound to you. You probably have no clue who Ezra Pound even is, do you? Poor boy. But he is your namesake, so maybe you do. Kids today, though. I mean, do you even read poetry? Oh God, I hope you're Ezra. I was just assuming. I haven't even asked you. You could be anyone. Yes, I am Ezra. I don't answer any of his other questions. He continues to vigorously shake my hand. I look at our hands in motion. He clues into my continued confusion and finally releases my hand. Come, please, you must ignore me. I apologize for going off like that, but do you ever find yourself lost in the moment of doing a thing and your mind is working a mile a minute and you're not talking, but all the words want to come out just the same? And then some poor schmuck comes along into your orbit and becomes your next victim. Suddenly, you've spouted a novel and you're gasping for breath and they look at you like you're the most insane person on the planet. And all they want to do is get away from you. You poor boy, I'm so sorry to have made you that victim. It might surprise you, but you're not the first. Come. He walks toward the house and waves for me to follow. And I already know I love him. I have no idea what he's ranting about, but I don't care. He's this dude that is 100% who he is. He's just magical. So do you get Ezra Pound a lot? I'm thinking no, but I thought I'd ask. How do you know Mark? He's so private. I wish he'd tell us about what's going on outside his house, but you know, teenagers. Oops. Sorry, of course you do. You are one. But today I knew something had changed. He came home like he was surfing on heroin, all charged up and excited and whatnot about this club and this Ezra boy coming over to talk about it. He was lit up. So good to see you. Watch your step on that fourth riser. It's rickety like an old tooth. Matthew said he would fix it, but that was back in 2009. I'm hopeful, but not very optimistic. I skip the step and try to regulate my breathing again. I can't do this. His speed talking is leaving me breathless. Come, Gary says as he reaches the screen door and flings it open for me. I walk under the bridge he makes with his arm. and enter the Arctic air of the climate-controlled house. Mark's in here somewhere. Mark! Coming, Dad, I hear from somewhere above me. I forgot to mention that Buttermilk Bay Road is probably the most exclusive neighborhood in our town. I've walked into a mansion, and somewhere deep within its walls is Mark Trombley. Shout again, Mark, Gary says. I'll have Ezra follow your voice. You don't mind following the voice, do you, Ezra? What's your name? What's your last name? Would we know your family? To myself, I think, absolutely not. You wouldn't. My dad and gays mix like all the things that don't mix. My parents wouldn't know anyone from this neighborhood. Kane. Nope, can't say I'm familiar with the Kanes, but Erica Kane. He waves his arms over his head and shrieks, but I'm Erica Kane, in a theatrical way. Now I am totally and utterly lost. Really, Dad, Erica Kane, from all my children, really? Are you trying to scare my friend away forever? You need to calm down, I'm telling Dad. Very funny, Mr. Man. Offer your friend some snacks, he's probably famished. He turns to me. Are you hungry, Ezra? Mark can get you a snack, or maybe I can whip up some nachos or something for you kids. Dad, Mark says, I'll take it from here. Seriously, stop scaring our guests. Your garden, remember how excited you were a few minutes ago to get out into your garden? Please, I got this. Be a good host, Mark, Gary says, all serious like it's a threat. Like he does not suffer bad hosts well. I mean it. Dad. He puts a hand on his father's shoulder and Gary kind of snuggles his head into it, turns and kisses it. Wow, affection. It makes me want to cry. Okay, don't mind me, Ezra. I hope I'm forgiven. I know I'm too much. Not at all, Mr. Trombley, I say. Thank you. I smile, and the thing is, I really mean it. It's the most sincere smile I ever smile. No, Ezra. Gary. Please call me Gary. Mr. Trombley is Matthew's father. It makes me feel old when people call me Mr. And don't even get me started with Sir. Sir is just another way of garden, Mark says. Yes, Gary says. Of course, garden. Why, just now I heard my shears calling me. He smiles. He is the coolest person I ever met in my life. I smile at him and then I turn to Mark and smile even brighter. Gary leaves and Mark brings me to the kitchen. Want a pot? We have Pepsi or Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is my favorite. If he picks that, we were meant to be. I'll have a Dr. Pepper, I say. Please? Good choice. I was afraid you were going to say Pepsi. I'd have to turf you. Match made in heaven. All two boys need in common to live happily ever after is a mutual love for Dr. Pepper. Right? Right? Okay, the second one is shorter. This is the Camino Club. It's like the Breakfast Club, only it's a lot more diverse, and it takes place on the Camino de Santiago in Spain. Oh, and Troy is one of 6 teens leaving for Spain to walk the Camino de Santiago as part of a youth diversion program. Troy is about to leave, but he has to get through his father first. Almost ready. Where's Mom? She's just walking Winston, he says. He's squirming a bit, and I got a bad feeling. He has something to say to me, and he's finding it difficult to begin. I sense a lecture coming on. I wanted some time alone with you anyway. I wanted to go over a few ground rules. Dad, I say, really? He's going to attempt to micromanage me from across the Atlantic? I made one mistake. You know I'm not stupid. I'm not going to rob any banks while I'm there or beat up any old ladies. No, I have every faith in you, Troy. Seriously, I do. And in all honesty, I can't even be all that angry with you for what you did do to get to that place. I wanted to talk to you about, other stuff. My own father attempts to kill me with embarrassment. Out of nowhere, he pulls out a stack of condoms. It's an eerie and offensive display of magic. He allows the strip to unfold until it dangles a good 3 feet from his hand. Not just a couple of condoms for this guy. No. Troy St. Clair, in fact, needs a truckload of them. Oh my God. I have to put up with this sort of thing every day. My parents are off the charts and out of their trees. Dad, I say in my shrieky, I can't believe you're doing this to me voice. Oh my God, please put those away. No, your mother and I had a talk. We think it's only right that you pack protection for this trip. You never know what's going to happen, and you don't want to be caught without protection. They were bad enough before me. They were bad enough in the before I came out days. Now they're unbearable. All they talk about is safe sex and the fact that homosexuals can adopt. Talk about focus. Can I have a normal, don't want to talk about it parents like other gays? Dad, I began shoving my first aid kit into a side pocket in my backpack. I promise you, I will not need those. I refuse to take them. Can you please humor an old man? I've been there, young and foolish and on a road trip. It gets wild in Europe. Just take them. You don't have to use them. Just have them on you. It will make both your mother and I happy. You'll actually be saving me because you have no idea how happy it would make her to know that you're holding. Holding, really? How very drug culture of you. I shake my head and sigh, a sure sign of defeat. Ugh. Dad holds out the condoms, then folds them into a single pile before attempting to hand them to me. Just stick them in that pocket there, would you? If I don't have to touch them, it'll be less painful. Oh, Troy, you're like an old woman sometimes. I swear, they're just rubbers. Dad!